everyone. I want to welcome you to this week's Real Estate Rundown. Today we have Sheriff Brian Thomas with us here to give us a little bit of education on home safety and things you can do around your home to help make things a bit more sturdy and things like that. So welcome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your invite.
For sure. So a lot of folks, they buy homes. They don't really know what they should be doing to make their home more safe, more secure. Sometimes you have dads who work the night shift, mom's home with the kids, those kinds of things. What are some random things that people can do to their home to help them make them feel a little safer?
Well, their number one concern is getting this house bought, and then they're getting moved in, and they're not looking on the outside or looking for that security thing, and that should be your number one. So even if it's before or after, but walk out to the curb, walk out to the street, look back at your house, and just look at it. Do you see anything that's vulnerable? Do you have bushes that are covering windows? Can you see the windows? Can you see the light, the front door? Anything like that might cover it up. Then go back at night and come back out and look. Do I have a dark spot? Do I need to put a light up somewhere? Because lights are not burglars' friends
Right.
or thieves' friends. Darkness is. So if you can light that thing up, less likely of you being the target, they'll go to the next one that doesn't have a light.
For sure. Talking about, you hear about all the time, this window was broken in or that door was kicked in. Are there anything that's safety precautions that maybe somebody should do that's maybe cost effective?
Well, sure. You can go to any hardware store and they make these little thumb drive or thumb screw things that they go into the window tracks. So it only allows your window to open up yay much. So during the summertime or whatever, you've got a little window, little breeze, you want to come through there. You don't really, it's not quite air conditioner weather. So you just put those in the tracks and your windows won't blow up any more than that. So that's the best thing in the world that you can have. The other thing is the front doors. I encourage anybody that's watching this today, go home and where your little latch goes in from your door, go over there and take those screws out of that latch and see how long they are. I will bet you that 90% of them are that long. So your next option or your next order from the sheriff is go to a hardware store and buy you a 4-inch screw and put those back in. That one right there, my little 4-year-old grandson can kick your door in. But
Sure.
You put those big ones in there, they're going to have to work a while. And even I'm going to have to work a while. And those are little things that people don't even think about. But that's what came with the hardware. We put those little screws in there because that's what came with it. Nah, get you something long that's going to go into those studs, and it's going to make it a lot harder for somebody. They're going to work on that. They're going to make a lot of noise, and they're going to say, forget this, I'm out of here. We'll go to the next house.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The big popular opinion, obviously, today is cameras. I see it in my neighborhood safety page. Hey, does anybody have camera footage of such and such address and things like that? I know that's a big thing. How does that help you guys in the law enforcement world?
It's really a good thing because that is, if you pay for the service or whatever, whether it's, recorded somewhere at your house, we can pull that off and we can use that. And a lot of times we can get a lot of information off of whatever car or suspect, whatever. I personally have the Ring, but there's a lot of different places out there. Ring will, it goes into their database and saves it, but you can pull it off and it's there. And you used to have the next door, and I think they still have that where you can share it with the neighbors and those kind of things. But I have two. I have the doorbell one, which it goes all the way to the street, but then I got the spotlight one above my garage. So now I've got 2 spotlights out there as well as a camera. And every one of my neighbors, of course I live on a cul-de-sac, they all know I have it. Something comes up and says, hey, can you go back and check your cameras? I do have a less reliable system that goes around my barn, and it's still good. I can see with it, but it's not as quite as the quality as my Ring is. But again, I'm not advocating for one vendor or not. There's a lot of different vendors you can use, but you got to have something that's good quality,
Sure.
and that's going to be your key to try to find. Because you can go back and look at it, but if all you see is a little blurry thing going by, it doesn't help us much, right? So
Sure.
get you something that's a good quality. You don't have to spend a lot of money on them. Ring cameras are very cheap, and it's a yearly subscription for them to save that stuff.
Sure.
And it's there for you. But like I said, again, there are other companies that do that too.
Gotcha. I can remember back in my days of elementary school, there was these little stickers that had this bird beak looking thing on it, and underneath it said something about neighborhood watch.
Neighborhood watch.
You know, and obviously they've been around a long time, and I think, you know, that's something perhaps maybe you can expound on that you guys do as from Potter County.
We do it. You know, our main purpose and our main goal is to handle things outside the city of Amarillo. So if you're in rural Potter County, we're going to come out. We'll do neighborhood watches. The police department does the same thing. They do them inside the city. I know when I was still working at the police department, we had to have at least 70% of your neighbors that would participate, or otherwise it wasn't worth our time going out there. But it's usually about an hour long. They'll go over a lot of what we're going over. The neighbors are the ones that actually buy those stickers and buy the signs and those kind of things, and it just alerts anybody coming through there. Oh, they got the neighborhood watch, and everybody's watching. All the eyes are watching, and that's a big thing. You know, one of the things that you and I talked about too was some of our newer neighborhoods. We've lost that communication with our neighbors because now we all park in the back, right? Our garage is in the back. We go in through the back. Nobody ever goes out in front of the yard unless you're out there mowing the yard.
Right,
you
right.
know? And so get out and meet your neighbors. Go and meet them, whether it's, you know, a block or whatever, but just share numbers. Invite them over, let's have a hamburger cookout or whatever, just so you know who your neighbors are. Because the more eyes you have looking is better. And so that just opens that whole security thing open. Because they know you, but they wouldn't know me if I'm over there walking around your yard and somebody goes, "Hey, somebody's over at Brandon's place, man. We need to go." Or Robert's, sorry, called you your brother. Somebody's over in Robert's yard and he don't look familiar.
Right.
Pick up a phone, call police, law enforcement. Say, "Hey, somebody's over there. We don't recognize him." Or call you first, but then call law enforcement if they can't get a hold of you. Because the sooner we can get there, the better off that maybe we can squish somebody breaking in your house.
For sure. One of the hot topic questions as realtors we always receive is this neighborhood safe? Is this a safe place for my family? Obviously, we're not allowed to answer that because what I deem safe, what you deem safe, what they deem safe is all very different. It's kind of like going to the store and somebody tells you, "Oh, it's not that much money." Well,
Right.
What's not much money, right? It's all defined by the person who it is. But where can someone go, or how can someone learn about the safeness of neighborhoods?
Well, and I agree with you. I mean, any neighborhood can be either safe or any neighborhood can be a problem. But it all goes back to what I said a while ago. It's the neighbor involvement. If you can get the neighbors involved in your safety and watching out, you're going to have a nice, safe neighborhood, right? So get out once a month or every 6 months, whatever it is, just to meet and greet, and you get to know who's there. But you can call. I think you could probably call the police department, and I know you could call our office and just kind of get the rundown of any reports that are made in that area. It's open record, so you can just put in a request and say, you know, you're looking for burglaries that happened in this block, and let's look at that. Does that mean it's still a bad neighborhood? No, it doesn't mean it's a bad neighborhood. We have a lot of people out there that don't want to work, and that's their work.
Sure.
Unfortunately. But like I said, I think the biggest thing is, the biggest thing I can tell you is just go out and meet your neighbors where they're watching. You may have a retired lady sitting at home and she's home all the day and she's got her door open. She may know and see stuff that you are going, "I didn't see anything because I'm at work," right?
Right.
I'm working 9 hours a day or whatever it is. But you can call her and say, "Hey, did you see anything?" "Well, yeah, matter of fact, I did see this green car driving by your house, and I saw it pull up in your driveway, and I thought, that's kind of strange." Well, if you get to know your neighbors, exchange cell numbers, she can call, "Hey, is there supposed to be a green car at your house?" "No."
Right.
Pick up the phone, dial 911, get them over there. Kind
For
of thing.
sure.
It's easier for us to come out and answer that 911 call and go out and, oh, it was nothing, than to have to come back out there and work a burglary where we're spending hours out there trying to find out who it was, fingerprinting the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, the investigation time.
You finding all the serial numbers that everything that was stolen when you threw that box away.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
And that's a big thing. So I mean, that's one of the best things I can tell you to do.
Sure. Well, we certainly appreciate your time here today. Is there anything else that you want to cover that maybe we didn't hit that's kind of a good topic?
You know, this is the last one and I just saw this the other day on Facebook, and I thought, man, I got to put that down on my notes for Robert. But one of the things they posted on there was your house numbers. You know, you used to have a little person come around and put them on the curb, and we have ours on the curb, but put them on your house, but put them in big numbers. And this is really for any first responder. So it's not only, it may be the fire, it may be police, or it may be an ambulance. Make it where it's easy for them to see. So I'm talking 4-letter numbers, put it in about a 2-foot, 3-foot place on a board or whatever, but make it contrasting. So maybe a lighter background board with dark numbers, black numbers, red, whatever you want to put, whatever matches your house. But it's easier for us to drive down there instead of going, because we all know that we talked about this a while ago, somehow blocks go from the 5100 block to 4900 block. Well, where'd the 5000 block go?
Right.
Where'd that one go? And so it's just easier. Some houses may have 2 lots, so now you've gone from 403 to 406, you know, or whatever, and
Sure.
It's different. So, you know, the easier the way we can look and just drive down the road and look up there and see it, boom, makes it a lot easier and a lot faster for law enforcement or any first responder to respond to.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
A lot of sense. Well, Sheriff, I appreciate you coming by and having some time with us and sharing with our viewers that,
Oh, you bet.
you know, ways to help make them safe. You know, like you said, people are caught up in the moment of I'm ready to buy my house and
Sure.
forget those important steps too when they do close.
Yeah.
And so we just want to help make everybody well aware of things that they can do to safe
Yeah.
in their home.
And like I said, I mean, if you're out there in rural Randall County rural Potter County, anywhere up in the Rolling Hills, Bushland, anything like that, you're new to that neighborhood, set it up with your neighbors. We'll come out and visit with you. I've got a lady that's her job is crime prevention. She can come out there and look around just like what we're talking about, telling you to look at, but she can also come out and give you some hints on what to do and how to do that.
Very cool.
Always have a number. You know, kids are probably, if you've got kids that come home after school, you know, whatever, coming home by themselves. Even middle school kids, let them know, hey, this is the number. You call the police. Don't answer the door. Most parents are pretty good about that, but you want to have those conversations with your kids. It may look like a real nice guy at the door, but you never know who it is.
Right.
So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, again, thank you for your time. Thanks
You
for
bet.
coming and being a part of this. And to our viewers, thank you for watching every week. I know we try hard to bring information to you that's educational. And feel free to give us a like and follow on all of our socials. And we'll see you next week.
Very good.